Well, majority of Russian people don't want this war. It's clearly a crime. Putin has completely lost his mind. He's a dangerous man to the rest of the world, and I hope he gets punished for it. And Russian people and Ukrainian people should not stand for this. This is not what we want.
What has the last week been like for you living in the capital, looking at what's going on between Russia and Ukraine?
It's become embarrassing to actually mention to people that you are originally from Russia. Putin has made it embarrassing to be a Russian, which it shouldn't be. Most people are just scared to speak out against him, and the rest of the people are just zombified by propaganda, which is really hard to fight against because they fund it very, very well indeed.
So you are living in London. Are you scared about people's reactions at all? For Londoners or anyone like that blaming Russia at you, like people like yourself in London?
No, not at all. I'm sure anyone who's sensible, they can see what's going on, and that it's just Putin. Putin does not equal Russian people and Russian people's opinions.
So you mentioned that there are lots of people living over here that have family on both sides of the border. Do you have family? What's their opinion of what's going on?
To be fair, whenever I've tried to have a conversation with them, whether it be over the telephone or online, uh, to be honest with you, they're afraid to speak out. They sort of try to change the subject because they're afraid that they might get prosecuted. As you know, in Russia, you could post something on Facebook criticizing the regime, and you could get prosecuted for it.
What do you make of the protests against the invasion that have taken place in the last few days across Russia? As you said there are lots of people who are scared to speak out. So, what do you make of those protests?
I'm really glad to see people protesting in Russia against the war. Finally, people are starting to speak out against Putin and the regime. Because as we know, if you speak against the regime, you could end up being prosecuted. But finally, we see more and more people speaking out against him and his insanity.